Ghosts, poltergeists, apparitions, spirits. Is there another world out there? Skeptic or believer, join me, Danny Planik, on a journey into the paranormal. I've been invited to spend time with the Jordan Williams Paranormal Investigation team, based in and around Wiltshire. Throughout my childhood, growing up in an all-boys school, I've never been short of a ghost story. Fiction or fact, I do hope I return with a ghost story of my own. I set off to Warminster to meet Ray, paranormal investigator and founder of the Jordan Williams team. Right, I think we're here at Ray's. Let's give him a knock. Ray?
Hiya.
Hi Ray.
Hiya,
Danny
nice
Planik, nice to meet you, Ray.
Come on in.
Long last.
Oh, come on
Who's
in.
that little fella?
It's my doggy Paddy.
Hello Paddy.
Come on in.
Oh, great. Ray set up the team with his long-term friend Maria Williams, and for the past 2 years they've carried out numerous investigations. When did you first decide to, what was the incident that decided you, right, I want to start investigating paranormal behaviour?
We've always talked about it. We've always thought, you know, ever since the Most Haunted, they inspired us. But we wanted to do it purely because we like the spiritual side. We know there's life after death. We want to change people's views because it's still quite taboo.
Yeah. When was the first time that you thought, oh, maybe there is something else going on here? With your first?
The first definite thing was I was, as a child, I was playing in my grandfather's garden, and my grandmother, she had died about 3 months before, and I looked up and I saw her looking at me in the kitchen.
And are you hoping to, you know, eventually do paranormal investigating full time? And
I'd like to make it a business. Definitely, I'd like to do possibly like Warminster ghost tours or, you know, Salisbury ghost tours, but make it official.
Do you find now that you're around people who are also got big interests in the paranormal? Do you find that you're developing as a person and as?
I think I'm finding out more about myself and more about the team each investigation, because there's something unique comes out every investigation and it surprises me.
Yeah, and you've got various skills within the team. What would you say is your speciality within the team when you go out on investigation?
Basically, I think my speciality is finding the location, securing the location,
and organising
the team. Definitely. I don't know if I'm spiritually aware of what I can do, but with Paul's help, we're going to start meditation classes in the next few weeks. So we're going to develop to see what potential we all have.
Ray seemed like an interesting character, and I got on famously with his dog, but I now felt it was time to meet Maria to find out a little bit more about her involvement within the paranormal. Oh, hello Maria.
Hello Dan.
Hi, Danny Planik, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Alright, thank you.
Oh great, you looking forward to tonight?
I am, can't wait.
Oh, excellent.
You?
Maria, White Witch and co-founder of the team. Okay, so Maria, you're part of the Jordan Williams team. How did you meet Ray?
I met Ray quite a few years ago via a friend, and he was friends with, I was friends with, and we met that way.
What made you decide to start up the paranormal investigation team?
For ages he just wanted to start up the paranormal team, and he kept on and on about it for ages, and we didn't think it was possible, and then both of us went out one day. We went to the council grounds because apparently there's a mass grave there, a burial grave from the plague victims,
oh, right,
or something.
Okay.
So I've been told. So we thought, and we got really scared because we went on our own, and then we did a few little things on our own, and then it just took off in October last year.
Right. And how did you first come about, you know, getting involved with the paranormal circuit and finding out you were sensitive to paranormal activity?
Well, I've always been really interested since a child, and always brought up a Catholic, but always sensed that wasn't for me.
What was your first experience like? Paranormal experience?
My first big one was as an adult. I've always had little things happening, but it was when I saw a ghost walk through. I lived in a house that was terraced, not an old house like this, and an old lady walked through the wall, through the next wall. Just walked through, and you could only see her from her legs there, so she was obviously below the, what do you call, the foundations of the house, on the pathway, and she was so clear. That was my first big thing.
And was that a big turning point for you?
Yeah. because you sometimes you see things, and I had the clairvoyant training and all that, but this was solid.
During the interview, I couldn't help but notice all of the unusual but fascinating objects lying about, and started wondering what Maria was really like. One thing I did realise was that both Ray and Maria were animal lovers. Ray and Maria invited me to join them for a drink in Salisbury at a local pub, the Duke of York, which apparently was prone to a lot of paranormal activity. I had a feeling Ray and Maria had something planned for me. As to what, I could only wait.
Well done.
No, that's okay. That was fine.
As a young boy growing up with Catholic surroundings, I was always warned not to dabble with the Ouija board.
Any spirits in this room, in this building, we come here with respect, and we expect you to be respectful. You'll have no negative entities here, only positive. Thank you.
Can I ask you, did you die here? Edward, is it possible you can make a noise? You can show yourself, touch one of us?
It was at this point one of the crew felt a pain in his lower back and kidneys.
Edward, are you affecting one of our members here tonight? It's got hotter, isn't it? Yes. Okay.
Could you take that off of him, please, Edward? Edward, can you take those conditions off of our team member, please?
Edward.
Hang on a sec. That's right, Edward. You take it off. Take it off of him now.
As we were communicating with the spirit, there was a sudden noise.
Damn.
Why didn't we hear that?
What was
What was that?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I was genuinely spooked. We then decided to call it a day.
Is that okay with you? We promise we will make contact with you again.
You just so desperate, that's why.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Edward.
Goodbye.
As Ray and Maria need the use of paranormal implements to contact the spirit world, I thought it was time to meet Paul, the team's medium, to see just how contact with the spirit world was done without the aid of a communication device.
Hi, Paul.
Hiya, how you doing?
Hiya, how you doing? Danny Planik,
Oh, yeah.
things?
Right there, no worries.
Okay,
mate, no
found the
worries.
place.
Yeah, eventually. Come on in.
Paul invited me to his house to join in with his weekly meditation and mediumship group, in which Paul takes you on a spiritual journey to find your spirit guide.
Do I have a spirit guide? Do we all have spirit
everybody,
guides?
everybody has a spirit guide. Some people think they're the guardian angels, that type of thing. That's how people perceive them. But yeah, everybody's got a guide that try to sort of point people in the right direction.
You have your own live psychic team, or you're part of a live psychic
That's
team?
right. Yeah, I'm in the Jordan Williams Paranormal Investigation team, and they basically picked me up over the Christmas period.
Yes, so how long have you been a medium?
Well, I've known I've been a medium since 7th of November 2003 at 20 to 4 in the afternoon.
It's rather
Yeah, it's very specific. Yeah, it was just a sequence of events, and yeah, it was a couple of young ladies in the house, and one of them, or both of them, are spiritually very, very spiritually aware, absolutely amazing, and yeah, one of them sort of just looked at me and said, "You ever sort of seen anything out of the corner of your eye?" And I'm like, "Oh no." Well, yeah. But when I look, it's gone. Oh right. Well, she said, "Well, just when you see it again, just acknowledge it." The words left her mouth, and I saw him. I'm like, "Oh my God!" So I'm like, "Okay, yeah." In my head, I just said, "Okay, hi, thanks." And then, well, a couple of minutes later, she said, "Have you ever had heard voices?" I'm like, "Oh no!" And it was an involuntary act. The word just came out, "Yes." I'm like, "Oh, I can't believe I've just admitted it." I said, "Well, yeah, I did, but I just felt a bit mad, and I sort of blocked it and so on. I didn't tell anybody." And
Who was this?
well, it was just my guide and another spirit.
Yeah,
it's not
because I think I'm one of those people who's sat on the fence at the moment. I'm hoping, coming down and seeing what you guys do, if I'll experience some stuff which will change my mind.
Well, I'm not out to prove anything to anybody. All I'm here is to help other people accept and hopefully connect with loved ones and so on. I mean, obviously this evening I run a meditation group, and the idea is to help other people progress and move forward and communicate with their own spirit guides and other spirit as well. So hopefully
and it'd be good for me to join in.
Yeah, you can try and join in if you wish. Chill out and see what you get. That'd be interesting.
That'd be good.
Yeah, be interesting. Maybe we might have a shock actually. That'd be quite cool. I hadn't thought of that.
I was unsure on how the evening would unfold and was unaware to what I would experience. I decided to go with the flow and embark upon this journey with a clear and open mind. The film crew were asked to leave the room while the group discussed their spiritual journey. We were invited back in as some of the group were happy to discuss their experience.
Like, picturesque scenery yet again. I'm sat there on the grass and there's these unicorns jumping around, and he said, "That's for you." And I said, "But I can't see why." And he said, "You know why?" And then with that you started calling us back, and I was going, "I don't want to go back here. I want to stay." And he said, "No, you've got to go." And as I came down, the blossoms had gone off the tree.
Right.
And I'm walking along and I was just in white robes.
I did not meet my spiritual guide, but was left with a strong feeling of relaxation and calmness, and the re-energised feeling brought an unexpected tear to my eye. I left Paul and the group feeling refreshed and with maybe a new understanding of spirituality. The first investigation with the team was drawing close, and for maybe the first time in my life I believed that I might experience paranormal activity. I headed off to meet the team at the Red Lion Hotel in Salisbury for what I thought would just be another usual pre-investigation meeting. This gave me the chance to meet everyone for the very first time. I was very interested about what they had to say and asked them about their scariest moments as a group.
But we relocated all into your room, didn't we? And we began to see very bright, short and sharp spirit lights. But you jumped though, didn't you?
And I was just sort of facing the bathroom, and just like when you said you came in and you just saw the bathroom, and you just thought, "Oh my God!" It just felt as if something was going to come out, and then it was the footsteps, and then I thought I saw lights, and I was thinking, "Oh no, it's a light in the hall coming through the door."
And that's when something totally unexpected happened.
I'm sorry, but I've got to say something now because it's done my bloody head in. I don't know who it's for.
He's off again.
Sorry.
No, he's off.
There's a gentleman, basically. I think he's for your lighting guy. I'm not 100% sure. What's his name again?
Rod.
Hello there. Come here, mate. I think this is for you. I'm not 100% sure.
Okay.
Paul the medium picked up on a spirit message from Rod, my lighting man.
There's this gentleman. He's the older gentleman. He's passed. But I'm pretty. Oh, which side of the house? Which side of the room are you? Come on. Which side are you? I feel it's possibly Dad's side of the family. Right. Who's got? I think it must be his watch or something. But somebody's got the broken watch, and they can't work out why they've still got it. You can't work out what's the point in keeping that because it's broken. Does that make sense? I think it's his watch, and it's like it doesn't. For me, it doesn't look anything special unless that's just the way he's coming across. But it's like, why is it being kept? It's like just because it's his. It's like, what's the point? It's broken. Okay. All right.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay. Sorry.
I did say, didn't I, to you guys when we first met you, that something might come through for even one of you guys.
It just happens, and it's just if I don't say it as soon as I can, then they just badger me but you know, wouldn't wish anybody to sort of like, you know, say those immortal words. Is there anybody out there?
Rod was obviously affected. Whether it was really Rod's grandfather or just an example of showmanship, we will never know. We then drove to the Stonehenge Inn, where there had been numerous sightings of ghosts. The story of a male ghost and a lady in black that walks the halls. I spoke to the landlord.
And from what I can understand, the lady came from here and walked through to the restaurant, and he explained about the brothel situation in there. And she said basically, even to today's standards, it was quite disgusting what was going on in there. A lot of abortions going on.
It was here in room 6 that Paul picked up on a male spirit who goes by the name Harold. Myself and Maria decided to go back to this room to see if we could make contact with the spirit Harold. Trigger objects were laid out by the team.
If there's any spirits here in this room, I've got some dowsing rods in front of me. If there's any spirit here in this room, and the answer is yes.
It was here, watching Maria douse, where I caught my first sight of an orb, just at the same time as we made contact. Paul felt it was needed to perform an exorcism and to bring this negative spirit towards the light.
Coming quite close and really just help this gentleman on his way. Not too much of a struggle, got to be honest. It's quite easy. He's over. Give it about half an hour, you wouldn't even know we'd been here.
After the exorcism, Paul was drawn towards the bathroom. He asked the owners if it used to be a bedroom.
It's not. It's just that I know somebody passed in there. It's really weird. I just saw this woman let out. I get a funny feeling, actually. Oh, right, isn't it? That's that lady that walks the halls. She definitely passed in there. Definitely. It's just, when I walked in it was just this bloody god awful feeling of just, yuck. So it made my skin crawl.
We all decided to go down to the bar and try some glass divination. Glass divination is quite similar to the Ouija board, the main difference being that there was no letters or numbers for the spirit to spell out as words. Once the glass started to move, the atmosphere in the room changed. The EMF meter was going crazy, and the owners were obviously spooked. I thoroughly enjoyed my first paranormal investigation, but still felt I needed to see more. As morning broke on our way home, we passed Stonehenge. This reminded me of something Maria said when I visited her. She told me about her pagan beliefs and of the ritual to welcome spring that she had invited me to. I thought I would take her up on her offer and travel to the New Forest for the ceremony. Right, I've arrived at the New Forest for the pagan ritual. It's about 9 o'clock, very cold. Maria and the High Priest and everybody are setting up behind us in the wood. Feeling alright, quite excited, a bit nervous. But yeah, should we go in and see what's happening? For me to be accepted into the circle as an honorary member, I had to be anointed by Maria, also High Priestess for the evening.
Whirlwind, rising sun. Come guard our circle and protect our Osterite. By the air that is in her breath, send forth your light. We bid you, hail and welcome.
Hail and welcome.
May life rise once more. May the strength of the old.
I was not quite sure what was going on, but still tried to join in.
May the strength of the old enter into the new. And may life rise once more. May the strength of the old enter into the new. And may life arise once more. And the strength of the old enter into the new. May life arise once more. And the strength of the old enter into the new. And may life arise once more. Darksome night, shining moon. Hearken to the witch's rune. East and south, west and north, here come, I call you forth. Power of the witch's blade, come ye as the charge is made. Queen of heaven, queen of hell, send your aid into our spell. May the circle be open yet forever unbroken. May the love of the goddess be forever in our hearts. Merry meet and merry part, and merry meet again. Lance the Grail, Fame to Chalice, man to woman, heaven to earth.
Growing up as a Catholic, I saw similarities between the pagan ritual and a Catholic Mass, and started to think that maybe the cult status and reputation that came with paganism was slightly unjust, and that it is just another way of expressing their beliefs. It was coming up to the end of my time with the Jordan Williams team, and as of yet was still between minds of what to believe. To every story there are two tales, but with one more investigation to go, I still felt there was a lot more to come, and might still yet get to see what I'd come looking for, an apparition. Warminster Town Hall was the location of our final investigation. Now disused, it used to be a court and jail for serious criminals, with stories of unjust deaths and hangings.
Even though it's not the creaking floorboards and but it's actual proper footsteps coming up and down. And it has scared quite a few people. Well, this is what we call the end cell. The people before us, which was Scott's restaurant, they closed us off completely. And in the end we did as well, because when the restaurant was open, nobody would sit in here.
As the team entered the building and started to explore, Paul the medium started picking up on paranormal activity. And by the time we started to descend to the basement, he was feeling quite ill.
He feels like an older gentleman. And to me, he feels like he's an official person. But I don't understand why he would have been here. This guy feels confused. Do you know what I mean? It's
changed too much.
Yeah, but it's like he comes back in visitation. He doesn't actually, he's not grounded, he's not got a problem. But I feel like he spent so much time here that he almost feels like quite comfortable to be here. But because of things have changed so much, he feels out of place. But I don't understand why.
It was now time to kill the lights and continue on with the night vision cameras. This is where we were to capture some magnificent orbs.
Whoa. The one went straight up you, Rod. Yeah. Whoa.
What?
The light just turned up on this.
The night was drawing to a close and the investigation coming to an end. As I left the group at the entrance of the town hall and started on my journey home, I had time to reflect on my experiences. I might not have seen my apparition I came looking for or have changed any of my beliefs, but spending time with the team had been a great experience, and I do now feel that I have a much better understanding of spirituality.